I'm meteorologist Chris Potter, and this is your national weather forecast for January 17th. Obviously, in the east, it's been extremely busy. A very active weather pattern is in place, and that trend continues through the weekend and into early next week. We have one system moving through the Great Lakes that will give additional snowfall across the Great Lakes, another system moving through the Maritimes, eventually moving in towards Newfoundland, and yet another storm moving in for Monday. And then out west, continuation of a series of systems moving in from northern Alberta and swinging through Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and out west in BC. Once again, you will remain quiet. So we'll start it off out west where it is quiet. High pressure continues to hold at the surface as well as aloft. So once again, you're going to see a lot of sunshine. I will point out, similar story to what's been happening the past couple of days, some fog across the Strait of Georgia. So once again, Vancouver in the morning primarily on Saturday and the evening, you're going to deal with fog. But through the afternoon, some will emerge and daytime highs for the most part will remain above normal, even into the interior. The only thing lacking is snowfall. So those skiers and snowboarders who have been seeing the snowfall amounts dissipate, it will take some time for that to move back in. But in the prairies, you're going to see more snowfall, primarily across Saskatchewan, Manitoba. There will be a little bit of blowing snow because of the winds. The winds will once again be quite gusty, but it's really just a Saturday and into Sunday morning issue. After that, we'll have high pressure building in, even into Monday late afternoon. Another system moves in. This one will primarily be bringing cloud and maybe some flurries. Winds will once again be gusty to around 70, maybe 80 kilometers an hour through the day on Sunday. But as we get through Sunday night and into Monday, those winds will dissipate quite nicely. Snowfall amounts will once again be more concentrated across northern Saskatchewan and across much of Manitoba. It looks like 10 to 15 centimeters, maybe even down towards the Interlake region and towards Alberta. You might see some flurries up the foothills Sunday, but other than that, it will be dry and warm for Saturday afternoon. Daytime highs could be in the double digits yet again for Calgary and Lethbridge, much colder to the east. To the north, Whitehorse, you're at -2 for Saturday afternoon, obviously well above normal, and the rest of the region to the north, relatively quiet with some flurries towards Yellowknife and in towards areas further towards the east. And into Atlantic Canada, or pardon me, the Great Lakes first. Before I get into Atlantic Canada, I'm kind of focusing in on that because a lot will go on out east. For the Great Lakes, we're looking at predominantly lake effect or lake enhanced snowfall. There will be some flurries from time to time across much of southern Ontario, but for the most part, it will be the eastern and northeastern shoreline of the Great Lakes, including Georgian Bay, that gets into that snow, especially as we get through Sunday night and into Monday morning. Maybe you're heading down towards Niagara Falls, down towards Fort Erie. You could see a squall there. Similar story up towards the eastern shoreline of Georgian Bay through Perry Sound. As we get into Monday evening, the winds will shift, giving us more of a traditional northwest to southeast movement of those squalls. Temperatures will be a little bit cooler as well, not on Saturday, but as we get through the next couple of days, a reinforcing couple of shots of colder air moves on in, and this will give us, once again, the colder feel, if you will, as we get into Sunday, but especially Monday and Tuesday. By Wednesday, there's a bit of a reprieve as well. In terms of your conditions for Saturday, daytime highs will likely be just above 0 in the GTA, a little bit cooler to our north. Over Quebec, you're looking at slightly below normal temperatures with some flurries, maybe a little bit of light snow, so it's not a bad Saturday. And for the Atlantic, you will be improving through the morning hours on Saturday. Newfoundland, you're still going to be dealing with some pretty gusty winds. As we get into the afternoon and evening, a system moves through, snow and rain across the Maritimes. Snow will then move in Saturday night and into Sunday across the east, across Newfoundland, but it's really Sunday night and into Monday that a much more powerful storm moves on in, and this one will likely be a snowmaker for the Maritimes, maybe some mixing across Cape Breton and southern Newfoundland, rainfall across the Avalon again, but those winds will once again be a big topic of discussion because those winds will likely be gusting to around 90 to 100 kilometers an hour.